Mr. Diambo, and today I'm here with a gentleman who is both a victim and a survivor of gender-based violence in the country. Now, we would like to know just more about the foundation that he has started with, which is the Dan Shishi Foundation, and how it has helped in curbing the gender-based violence that we've had in the country. Now, I'd like us to go direct to him and hear more from him about these challenges that men face today and how his organization is helping in dealing with the issues. Good morning, Mr. Dan.
Good morning.
Yes, welcome very much to our session today. I'd like you to maybe start by telling our audience a little bit about who is Dan Shishi and what do you do?
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me today. My name is Dan Shishi Matakaya. I'm a police officer, currently attached to Industrial Police Station. I'm visually impaired and a survivor of gender-based violence.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure most people have heard of your story, or for those who have not heard about it.
Yes.
You'd like to maybe tell us just a little bit about how this came to be?
Yes. Okay. I was not born this way, but this happened in an incident happened in 2013 on 21st September.
Yes.
As I've told you, I'm a police officer. At that time, I was attached to Kisii Central Police Station. So that day, I was on night shift. So when I went to the house at around 5:30 in the morning, I was so tired, so I just went direct to the bed to sleep. My ex-wife was in the house, and as I was sleeping, few minutes later, she woke up and poured sulfuric acid on my face. That's why I sustained the burns. That's why you can see the scars all over my body, all over my face, and towards my right arm. So that's what happened, and that's why I'm visually impaired. I'm totally blind.
Well, I'm very sure, as you've heard Mr. Dan mention that is currently visually impaired, and the burns that we can see here as a result of sulfuric acid that was poured onto him by his ex-wife. Now, I'm very sure most of us are curious as to what possibly provoked your wife into committing such heinous acts against you. Would you at least give a little bit of insight into this?
Okay, the same year in 2013, that was a dark year for me, so to say, because in May 2013, we lost our kid. He was 9 months old at that time, and he had been diagnosed with severe pneumonia and meningitis.
Yes.
So we lost him, and 2 weeks after the burial, my ex-wife came to me and told me that she had been advised that we need to have another kid, so that we can get rid of those memories.
So it
those
was a
painful
way
memories.
for her to move on,
Yes.
cope with the pain. Huh?
Yes. So for me, that I was so hesitant because that idea, I did not buy that idea, because I felt that there were other forces, external forces, who were interfering with our private matters.
So you'd say that what mostly provoked her into committing this criminal act is maybe she was suffering from the pain of losing your child, and she wanted to move on, which you were not comfortable with at that time. And the fact that she was influenced by external factors, people who are trying to advise her on to moving on. Would you say they were specifically advising her to move on or to commit this crime?
I think they wanted her to move on. Maybe we have another kid. But by me refusing, maybe she felt that maybe I will leave her. No. She felt that maybe I leave her because I don't want to have another kid at that time. And to me, the idea was I declined because I felt that those people were too much, trying to influence the decision we are making as a couple. You know, we need to make our own independent decision.
Yes.
Yeah. But I felt that those people were trying to influence. You know, we were young at that time. So I felt that they were influencing the decision that we were making. So we sat down and we talked. And I talked to her, we agreed, let's give it a wait. And then in September, she came to visit me and we stayed for 2 weeks. So 2 days before the incident, she told me she wanted to take the kids belonging with her to Nakuru, which I refused. And we started quarreling. And my ex-wife was, whenever we had a quarrel, she used to keep quiet. She was not such a person who could talk or express herself. At some point when we were quarreling, she used to keep quiet. So at that point, I used to now to reach out to her mom, maybe to intervene, to find out what was happening. So I did the same.
Yes.
I talked to her mom, and then she called her, she asked her what was happening, and then she called her home. So my ex-wife was supposed to travel home on the day she did this to me.
Okay.
Yes.
So, after all this happened to you, you said you went to the hospital, you were operated on, surgeries that were taking place.
Yeah.
How did you come about to start the Dan Shishi Foundation after that?
Yeah, when I was in the hospital, in the burns unit, I came across many other patients who were victims of violence.
Men?
Men.
I assume, yes.
Men and even women. So, and I saw many of them who died, who were even better than me, but they died because they gave up. So I realized that there is gaps within our society. Like these people, they are on treatment, but they still feel, where will the money come from?
Yes.
To pay the bills? And those are millions and millions of shillings. So they tend to give up. So the option they were having was to die.
So you yourself, you are mostly funded by...
Yeah, me at least the government was paying my bills. The police was paying my bills, which was a lot of money. Yeah. So that is when I realized we have gaps in our society. At the same time, when I came out of the hospital, the management at Kenyatta, they started calling me to go and talk to patients. And then from there, other families were calling me to go and speak to their sons, so that they may see what happened to me. Yeah. When they see what happened to me, maybe they will change, because they knew they were also experiencing violence within their marriage.
Yes.
So they wanted me to be to talk to them as a survivor, to talk to them, having gone through the pain, to talk to them so that they may see that this may even happen to them. Yeah. So that's how it started. And when I started doing so, I realized that I'm getting overwhelmed. What if I register an organization so that, because I knew men were suffering, so I decided to register an organization so that I can reach out to a wider population.
Yes.
Within now all over the country. So that's why I registered Dan Shishi Foundation. And at the same time, I started now talking about my story.
Would you say your foundation has had an impact? If so, how do you, could you elaborate on that?
Yeah, it has had a big impact in our society because we last year in 2020 we started we launched a toll-free number which is 1198 whereby men can call and get some help. We have a pool of professional counselors on call whereby whenever they call they get counseling, free counseling. And so far we have received many calls and we have helped many people who don't have anywhere to run to, who don't have someone who they can share with what they are experiencing in marriage and relationship. So I can say we have played a big role and great impact within our society.
So, thank you. As a society, how would you say we should respond to gender-based violence?
Okay,
in your experience?
What we need to do in our society, we need to create safe spaces whereby we help those people. By creating awareness, people will feel that, okay, whenever they have a problem, they have somewhere they can run to, where they can get help. And that's why Dan Shishi Foundation came in, just to create that safe space where people can come in and share their stories, they pour their pain, and somebody is there ready and willing to offer the support, willing to help these individuals. So by doing so, I think we can change the perspective within our society. We need to support the victims of gender-based violence. We need to understand that everyone can face can go through what I went through. Yeah, everyone. It's not like violence is not for the poor. It's not for
the rich.
It's not for unemployed. Everyone within our society, whether you are rich, you are poor, whether you are employed, whether you are not employed, you are educated, not educated, everyone can face violence. Yeah. What we need to do, we need to sensitize the society. We need to tell people the negative effect of violence within our families and what is the best way to help those people facing violence. And to also tell these people that whenever there's a problem, let them communicate, let them share as a way of getting help.
So, if you say that people can call and get help,
yes,
is it just counseling and we leave it at that, or what kind of help? How much further do you go in helping these victims?
Okay, the first intervention they will do or we give is counseling. After counseling, now the counselor will determine what is the underlying issues, what is the root cause of this problem. Now, after counseling, now we go to the root cause because we want to solve a problem. And offering counseling will not solve the root cause. We want to go to the root cause of this problem so that at the end of the day, we'll be sure we have solved this problem. So that's what we do. If it's because of food, we try and see how we can reach out to some people, friends who can support us in helping this individual. And then we also want to offer training to the victims as one way of helping them to also help their family. If it's job placement, that's what we want to do, because some of the causes of violence is because the victims, most of men, are unable to play their responsibility as men. They are unable to feed their family.
Yes.
So we want to help them so that they can live a stable life and provide for their families. And then the other thing that we want to do as Dan Shishi Foundation, we want to create, we want to open a psychosocial support center. This is where we can rescue people. We can rescue those victims.
So if a man is being abused in the house, you guys can just
we can
go
come,
take him.
we take you, we put you in a safe space where you can offer counseling, we can offer training, and then we can also support you with a small amount of money to start business. Now, that's after training.
If you look at the trend of the world today, would you say that we are progressing when it comes to gender-based violence, or we are digressing? Because there seems to be so much of it on a daily basis that one single organization or individual may not be able to curb all of it. What is your appeal to the general society and other people who would like to join in the fight?
What I can say, there's a lot of domestic violence cases right now. With the COVID, the cases are on the rise. This is because many people have lost their jobs and are unable even to provide. So the cases are on the rise. So what I call upon people is to come and support. Let's support with whatever you have. You can offer your services. If you are a counselor, you can offer to come to counsel some of these people. If you have money, you can support us so that we can be able to help these people who want food. We can be able to, because right now we want to get money to build that center, the psychosocial support center. If we have that in place, we may be able to transform and to impact many people in our society.
What message would you like to leave for people? What would you like people to remember Dan Shishi for?
Dan Shishi is an institution, as an organization. It's unique on its own because currently we don't have any organization that supports men who are victims of domestic violence.
Yeah, but we have so many that support victims who are female.
Yeah, we have for female. And you know, I usually tell people, you can't win war on gender-based violence unless we bring all these people together. Men, women, and children, because all of them face violence. So we need to include everyone as we provide a solution to this crime. Yeah, so I want to appeal to people to support. You can even support, you can reach to us, you can support us with whatever you have so that we may achieve our objective. You never know. Maybe tomorrow you'll be a victim, maybe your son, maybe your uncle, you never know.
Okay.
Yeah. And let's support those victims of gender-based violence.
Would you say, as a result of your experience, having been a victim and a survivor of gender-based violence, would you say that you're optimistic about the future?
Yes, I am.
And you'd want to marry again someday, eh?
Yeah. I'll get into marriage. Initially, I used to generalize women, but after healing, now I can't generalize women. We have few characters who are inhuman, but we have good women. So I'm hopeful and I trust that one day I'll get into marriage.
You'll get into marriage again?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've heard that the Dan Shishi Foundation is an organization started by Dan Shishi that is helping people, especially men, who are abused in their families and marriages. And most of the time you find that men do not come out to speak about the problems we have. And that's why we're having a lot of challenges when it comes to mental health, when it comes to men who are committing suicide. Yes, true. A lot of
Yeah.
depression going on in the family, and single parent families are becoming rampant in society today because most men can't stand the amount of violence that goes on within their families.
Yes.
That is where your organization comes into help.
Yes.
So we'd like you to at least give us the numbers that we can, men out there who are listening, who are viewing us, can reach to get help, to find someone to talk to get counseled.
Okay.
Yes.
For those who are victims and they want to get counseling, you can call a toll-free number 1198.
That is toll-free number 1198.
1198.
1198.
Yes, call that number, request to speak to a counselor. Your call will be connected to a professional counselor who will help you to handle the problem that you are facing. And then those who want to support, we have a pay bill number, which is 741057, 741057.
741057 for those
Yes.
who want to support.
Yes, and the account number, you just write the word support or you write your name.
Okay.
Whatever small you have, it will change someone's life. It will save a life, and at the end of the day, will save our country. Yeah.
Now, finally, I'm very much grateful for the opportunity to have a sit down with you. The topic of gender-based violence has been a very interesting topic to me, being that I see a lot of people suffering in silence that have not been able to come out in the public. The fear of being stigmatized and the fear of being ashamed by, especially fellow men. If you come out that your wife is beating you and all that, they start looking at you as if you are not a man enough. You're not able to run a family.
Yes.
And therefore, most people prefer to die in silence.
Yeah.
I'd just like you to give us something as your parting shot.
Okay, what I can tell each and everyone out there is that marriage has its own challenges, but what it determines is how you handle those challenges. What's the best way to do is to share. Whenever you have a challenge, reach out. Reach out to Dan Shishi Foundation through the toll-free number 1198. Reach out to a professional counselor. Reach out to a church leader where you can get help. Reach out to a friend, a genuine friend who can listen and offer support, who can help you. And then I know we face a lot of challenges, but it's okay not to be okay. I usually tell people it's okay not to be okay. Whatever you are going through is okay. Many have gone through it. I have gone through it and I've come out strong. So it's okay. That's the first thing. You realize it's okay. But the best thing to do is how you come out of it. That's the determinant. So share, don't suffer in silence. No one will understand what you are facing unless you open up. You come out, you open up and share what you are going through. And that is the only way you will get help.
Thank you very much. Until next time, I hope you reach out and get help so that we can raise a society that is full of men who are able and energetic.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.